Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and the global 4th anniversary live stream is still going on. I am very tired, so I'm going to go ahead and start filming my wrap-up video while it's live. The only thing that they haven't shown off yet tonight that I still want to see is the future roadmap, but there's been a lot of long segments in this one, so if you don't want to go watch all what's going to end up being 2 hours of something for 5 minutes worth of information, let me distill that 5 minutes of information for you in this video, and let's start with the first big announcement that they dropped. Now, I say big announcement, this one is something I think we all knew was coming. They went ahead and announced, Uldoa with pants dropping on the 1st of next month, which is next Monday. So this is not a big surprise. We all knew this was coming because of what was already released in JP, and so, okay, it was a bit of a slow start to the live stream, with that being the opening announcement. And there was this theme early on in the 4th anniversary live stream where you really felt like, oh boy, Global's really going to get the shaft. We're going to get what we got anyway. And then they literally interviewed the story director for another story for like an hour. It was legitimately like 45 or a 50-minute interview. And some of the information there was good and interesting, but it could have definitely been a video in and of itself. Like they could have just released that as its own thing. And like if I was going to release, uh-oh, baby J needs to stay asleep. Okay, good. He just rolled over and made noise. Anyway, if I was going to have any sort of like criticism of this live stream, man, bring somebody on there who knows how to throw a party, because this lacked energy. And maybe that's me being up late at night watching this, getting ready to film a reaction, but it felt more like a regular live stream with an extra long interview in it, especially for the first hour, than it did some sort of like anniversary celebration. And I was really scared that they weren't going to announce anything else big. But after about an hour wait, we got this little drop right here. And this is something a lot of us were anticipating, and once again, carried by the art team comes to mind. Look at this. This is the new Jume. She is a water greatsword unit, and oh my goodness, does she look good. Like they nailed the design on this one. The sword looks good. The unit looks good. Am I excited that she's a water greatsword unit? I really just don't care. Like I'm going to pull her on the 1st. She comes out on the 1st, just like Uldoa with pants does. So a lot of pulling targets coming around in April, but yes, I'm going to pull her, and yes, I'm going to max reincarnate this unit. I am very excited for this one, and they do give a little bit more information about her in the stream. It's so long, it's kind of hard to sort through this, but there you see water type unit, cost 100, great sword, shining blossom blade. This buff that they talk about right here, here's what I wrote down. It gives single target resist, courage, and a whole lot of other stuff, like a whole lot of other stuff. She's going to be one of those units in this game that has a buff that is signature to her. Think about, like, when they were reading this off, my mind went to Bridal Alaya and just how powerful her AoE resist buff was. Jume's kind of bringing that in a single target form, and she doesn't look like a tank. She looks like a damage dealer, probably in that like A2 vein of like bruiser, hard to kill. Obviously, we'll have to wait for her kit to come out to see just how good she is, but early looks at her seemed like, okay, they've kind of nailed it with this one. She's looking real good, and you can see, we'll jump back into this for just a second, and they'll show her doing a few of her moves. There's her limit break, hits in that like expanding triangle range. We'll watch that one more time just so we can all get this nice little preview, and goodness, she looks good. I'm so happy she won our vote and not Zazan or somebody like that. Like, we didn't troll our way to getting hairy bear man. Instead, we got like super sexy spring Jume, which is just great. Then there's that buff that does a bajillion things that I was talking about. So she has that group buff that's going to be a big deal and keeps her going. Okay, other things I wrote down, we are going to get a free vision card that has her art on it, but that free vision card is like nothing to be super excited about. It's, how every anniversary we basically get a free vision card with some kind of like very generic group buff in it, and we get all the shards to max it out. We're getting another one of those. So if you're a brand new player, you'll get some use out of this. I believe the group buff was critical damage up, which seems fine. So that's coming. Then what else did I write down here? Okay, the global festival campaigns. We did go ahead and get to those, so let's cover those. So they've already announced the Give Back Festival. I'm lukewarm on this. I think this will be cool. Basically, if you how much Visior you've spent in the shop, you're going to get summon tickets for it. This, for veteran players, is going to be a lot of Mog medals and soul stars that you can use to level new Jume or Pants Oldoa when you get her, or start cashing in for potential generic mind spheres, right? Like throw those Mog medals at the shop, get yourself some generic mind spheres if you want to reincarnate one of those new units, and then maybe hit a couple things you don't have. If you're a newer player, obviously you're not going to get as many of these, but it's completely free. I don't hate this campaign like some folks were saying they do. Then this one's really good. So a max 400 summons, free summons the first day when we log in. So on the first, I think it's on the first, we're getting this. It is a 100 summon, 10 URs guaranteed. So this is the big one right here. On April 1st, log in, hit this summon, and hopefully you catch some like espers that you don't have, you know, some kind of like big ticket items that you don't have. You're gonna have 100 shots there, and then there's 300 more free summons along the way, a free 10 pull every day from the 1st through the 30th all month. So this here, at least it feels like kind of an anniversary. Getting all those free pulls, that's something we're looking forward to. Now, people in chat were mentioning you know, what about like a select VC thing or something like that? We never get info on that kind of stuff. Like if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know, and I've been just farming some Visior in the background here on the alt account, because alt account's going hard, at least on new Jume. God, my hair looks terrible after I just got out of the shower. Whatever, I guess. Anyway, one thing that don't remember what I was gonna say. Anyway, they did also show off some of the vision card potential winners that didn't win. So Nanami from the live stream chose this one of Phoebe. This is really good. And if you were making a vision card in game, I think that one was great. And then Hiroki, I guess is, you know, the troll that he is, chose this one. I mean, I guess he's a troll. This is like, there are some features on this one that are like Balo is a buff boy right here. We got some squat. Yeah, this is pretty good. Like I see why Hiroki chose that. So I'm kind of catching up on the live stream. I'm sure they had a lot of fun talking about this one. Here was Justin's choice. Very colorful choice here from Justin. It's got a lot of the characters on it. We got some Moogles in the front, and you know, one thing, you know, Final Fantasy VII, the newest remake, has been like really a great game to play. Have loved a lot about it. The Moogles in that have been oof. Anyway, so that was Justin's choice for a VC, and now really the only thing I'm still waiting for, which they still haven't got to in the live stream. You can see it is still live. It is still happening, and we are at well, it was scheduled to start an hour and 37 minutes ago. Is the future roadmap. So I'm going to wait for that to drop, and then I will add it to this as well. Okay, something like 20 real life minutes later, we do finally get through another probably too long thing when you're 2 hours into a live stream. Either way, we do get the road month for April, or the road month. It's really late. The road map for April. So here it is. We got Oldoa and Jume dropping on the first week with the free VC. Week 2 is going to be Oldoa's VC. I imagine what that's going to be, the VC release in Japan, with part 3 chapter 7 scene 3 coming out, and limited arena, which should be really fun. Then week 3 of April, a unit released in March, which I'm guessing is Volk, and then unit released in March for week 4 as well, which I'm guessing is Earth Veritas, as well as Volk's VC, or at least that's kind of my guess right there. Then we do get the stream presents, which are pretty good this time. So here's those. It's going to be 4,444 Visior, and then you can see the rest of the stuff. I feel like there's probably a couple typos on here. I bet you this is supposed to be 250 of these pots, because 250 is what it takes to like fully upgrade one, and we basically always get 250, and you know, the intern coon will intern coon sometimes. Then, oh, hey, silence. And then here's page 2. The rainbow writ one, I bet you, is also a typo, because that's not enough to even do one VC, I don't think. A lot of XL Magicite, which is really, really valuable, especially for like a new player account. Lots of good stuff on this page. So that's it. That's the live stream. Overall, there was like a couple hype moments in this thing, but for the 5th anniversary, might I suggest throwing a party instead of doing, it felt very business-like. I don't know. It's also very late for me, and There you go. That hopefully I distilled the information into a an amount of time where it was consumable better. And I'm gonna go to bed as soon as I edit and upload this thing. I'll catch you all later. Peace.